size to the V3 Starlinks that we're going to be launching next year to add.
All right, I'm back. I'm live.
Capability to the network.
I am
then
back.
It was on to our second ever in-space relight of a Raptor engine. That's a key capability for when we're going to do deorbit burns on future orbital missions.
I'm now 1080p. I could stream 4K. I could have, but I'll tell you in a sec. Hang on. There we go. Show comments.
Using the flaps, got
this
it
is the
down
previous
to the
flight.
Zone, did the landing flip, did the landing burn. Killer views from the recovery
Check.
team.
How's the audio level? Their audio should be good, I think.
About 3 meters off of our target, so pretty much nailed it. It was a huge day, tons of excitement here at Starbase. Just for
check.
Those still
check.
the early days. I mean,
no, there we go. Their audio
today.
should be good.
There's a lot more we're going to do to get full reusability, increase
yep,
our
1080p.
Cadence, eventually start sending missions to the moon and Mars.
Yeah, I could have streamed in 4K. Could have streamed in 4K, but the screen that I'm streaming this from is only 1080p. So I could have switched monitors, but then I'd have to move my camera and everything, and I wasn't going to do that. So 1080p it is. Anyway, Dan Hewitt is back, but he's not hosting today. I guess he's been promoted. Dan's been promoted. I knew he was flight engineer or something.
Is actually double the thrust of all 4 airplane engines put together. So that means the Super Heavy over on the pad right now, with its 33 Raptors, is equal to the power of about 64 747s.
64 747s. Thanks for that.
This rocket generates is incredible. To be specific, it's over 16.7 million pounds of thrust. Numbers almost incomprehensible, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, sorry, for those who've joined us, I had to restart the stream because I streamed in 720p. Bloody StreamYard defaulted to 720p for some reason. It usually defaults to 1080. Defaulted to 720. I'll have to be careful of that. But I can stream in 4K. So maybe I'll have to set that up next time. 360p used to be the standard. 240p. 240p.
All the way to Mars and beyond.
The Super Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate, flip, and return to the launch site where it can be caught by the chopstick.
Is it the same link? Is it the same?
As previously noted, we won't
be
attempting one
stream?
of those catches today.
Have I rejoined the stream, or is it a brand new
conclusion of its mission,
link?
Steering itself to a vertical landing or catch. And both stages are designed to return to Earth and fly
Ian
again,
Scott Johnson's in the house.
making this the first rocket in history that will be fully reusable.
Yeah, and we cannot forget that between the two vehicles,
it's a different stream. Cool.
Made of steel
thought it
that
would
allows
be.
the ship's engines to ignite while still
Bruce says it seems to be the same URL each time.
Stage separation.
Hey,
right
Andy.
now, that hot stage ring is single use, but in the future, it will be built in directly to the.
I'm sorry, my speakers are feeding in the microphone.
And
I'll fix that.
Finally, the infrastructure built to support Starship is referred to as Stage 0.
I'm a professional.
Tank farm, and the launch towers, which hold the chopsticks that catch the Super Heavy booster, eventually will also catch the ship.
Speakers off.
Yeah, and to get us ready for launch today, we recently conducted another static test fire. Basically, where we fire up the engines to mimic a launch.
There we go. How is my audio mix compared to their audio mix? I want their one to be slightly below me.
And then here we're seeing ship. We did this for the second time on a retrofitted mount on pad 1. We had a full.
Their one should be slightly lower than me.
All 6
That's the plan. Although it's got auto gain.
We should also note that today's launch on pad 1 is intended to be the last
Audio's
launch
good, thank
on
you.
this
Yeah,
pad
mix
in
is
this
good, thank you.
As we head into the next generation Starship
It's well
flight
below
test
me.
program,
Okay, well
we'll
I've got it
modifying
maximum.
Pad 1 to meet the demands
Well,
I
can turn it up on here.
Yeah,
but someone said it's good.
Many other things. We're
There we
installing
go.
a new orbital
Halfway.
launch mount, a new flame trench
I think that's where it was last time. Perfect, says Ian Scott.
Future catches. So until that's complete,
Perfect,
we'll be
says
running
Andy.
operations
Good.
from
Okay,
pad
I just
2,
turned it up a bit.
which will be coming online very soon. All right, let's go over to Hawthorne, where Tyler.
So I've got
ready
2
to
new
talk about
hosts.
Starlink.
I don't know. They look a bit
Chief
nervous.
Commander. My name is Tyler Lionquist, and I'm a Starlink business analyst here at SpaceX.
Business
Starlink
analyst.
is SpaceX's low Earth orbit, high-speed internet that's bringing connectivity both on Earth and in space. So Starship is outfitted again today with 4 Starlink terminals, powering those incredible live shots of ship in
You know
orbit,
how if you go to the SpaceX website, you can actually go to the shopping cart and buy a slot on a flight. It's just like, add to shopping cart, add to shopping cart. I actually have a friend who just did that.
7 million active customers with
Just
service
did that.
available across
Like,
150
for real.
countries and
They
territories.
actually went to the shopping
We've
cart
come a really long way since turning on
and they
service
added,
for our first
cost
paying
hundreds of
customer
thousands of
in rural
dollars,
Idaho
but they added added it to the shopping cart, and they booked a flight, and they booked a SpaceX flight. Unbelievable. That you can just like, I can literally go do it. Sandpoint, Idaho! Sandpoint, Idaho! The home of solar freaking roadways!
And we are the first Starlink customers.
Starlink, we didn't
Sandpoint, Idaho! Home of solar freaking roadways!
The minute
Yes!
we turned it on, we could stream a movie, we could video chat.
These are not the Broussards. These are not the Broussards. It would have been hilarious if it was the Broussards.
I changed jobs earlier this year.
Oh my god, imagine if it was the Broussards.
Here's my house. Program runs on the cloud.
Yeah, Starlink's great.
Anything I want.
I actually tweeted out this the other day. With my new battery, I'm getting at my house, like massive 75 kilowatt hour battery. It's coming in early November, apparently. It's not, should be early November. So yeah, like 3 weeks away or something. And so I'm getting that installed, and everything we've got is fully electric. We've got the car, hot water, everything's electric, cooking, everything's electric. So the only thing that we have in terms of communications, the only like grid, like the only, you know, service dependent thing we have is the internet via the cable NBN. So, like, technically, if I went to Starlink, we'd be totally autonomous.
Rural school districts, counties, and tribal
So,
governments
yeah,
to offer
pretty
online
cool.
access to education,
So, but it costs more,
telemedicine,
so,
and many other critical services.
you know.
In some cases, for the first time.
Yeah,
ever.
Starlink's great.
And yet, a third of the planet.
I still don't
continues to
like
go
that
without
there's
access to reliable
8,000
high-speed
satellites up
internet.
there
So
polluting the
there's a lot
sky,
more work
but
for
you've
us
got to
do.
admit, Starlink
But
provides
Starlink
a,
was designed from the very beginning to meet these needs. And as
actually
each new
provides a
version of
valuable
Starlink comes
service.
Online, the constellation's capacity and performance
Pan Am
increases
sold tickets to the moon 50
The
years
larger
ago. What?
V3 satellites that will deploy from
What?
Starship will bring
What?
gigabit connectivity
Is
to users
that a
and are
thing,
designed to add
Andrew?
60
Really?
terabits per second of
Pan Am
downlink
sold tickets to the
capacity
moon
the
50
Starlink
years ago.
network.
Was it a
That's
joke?
more than 20
What
times
was
the
it?
capacity added with every V2 mini launch on the Falcon 9. And then on the cellular front,
Oh,
last
on
month, SpaceX announced a
I
deal
don't
that
know.
provides
On
Starlink
Dragon or
with
Starship?
exclusive spectrum
Good
for its
question.
next
I don't know.
generation
No, I
direct-to-cell
think it was
satellites,
Dragon.
which will be capable of
Falcon
providing
9.
broadband service to cell phones
Like
globally.
it's Falcon 9. It's not Starship.
Starlink is the largest 4G
Falcon 9.
coverage provider on Earth. Over 7 million people.
Yeah, you can
across
just go to the
5
SpaceX
continents
website and
already
drop it in.
rely
Look
on
at that
Starlink
shot.
to connect their LTE phones to data, voice,
Look at this
video, and
thing.
messaging, where terrestrial service
I
is
kept
unavailable.
seeing the signal.
So
It's
we're
just one
excited
big
to have
ad
the
for
opportunity
Starlink.
to help
Bloody
close
hell.
those coverage gaps
They got the
and
marketing
ultimately
person on for
eliminate all
Starlink,
dead
the business
zones around the
marketing
world.
person.
So,
Unbelievable.
yeah, there's a
Oh,
lot
well, you got to
happening
flog
with
your
Starlink,
service, I
and
guess, to pay
there's a
for
lot
all
more
this.
to come.
Right?
Let's head back to Amanda and Jake at Starbase
Oh, thank
to take
you.
us through today's flight
We've
profile.
finished our...
Thank you so much, Tyler. So today's flow profile, we're looking to get our
He
second
looks like a
re-entry
deer in
with this
headlights.
iteration of ship. And prior to every launch,
I
we work
shouldn't
closely
laugh.
with
Is this the first
FAA
time I've seen him?
and international air traffic organizations to
sound all right.
efficiently and safely
sound all right.
integrate launch and re-entry operations into the airspace.
And we've got
Oh,
a
Elon!
guest.
Elon's in!
We're
Elon's in!
live. What's up, guys? How's it going? Good to see you, boss.
Hi.
Elon's in.
Good. We're live right now. What the? Yeah. Getting ready for Flight
Wanna say
11. How are you feeling for it?
Good.
They obviously didn't know this was going to happen.
Standing and watching the rocket. Normally I'm in mission control and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But now I'll be standing on the garden there.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
it's really going to be much more visceral.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna feel
Great
it.
place
It's
to
gonna
watch.
be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be awesome.
This whole thing?
We'll be in here this time, but usually we're out there watching. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All
Good
right,
luck
Later.
and have fun.
Have fun.
All right. They
right,
didn't
so
know that
another
was
exciting
happening.
cameo
They,
there.
they couldn't improv that.
But yeah, starting with liftoff.
They did the
we'll
best
get
they
into the
could.
flight profile here. Super
Good
heavy
on
will
'em.
ignite. 33 engines, 24 of which are flight proven today. The
I
power
do
through
prefer
ascent
having
had a
Dan,
pod
though. I
stage
like Dan.
separation, where booster will shut down all but 3 engines. Stage 2 lights
For
and
those
chapter
who
engines will
are
still
unaware,
have
this
super
is
heavy.
non-orbital.
That is what we call hot stage separation.
This is non-orbital. They
We'll see a
decide
directional
not to
booster
go to
flip
orbit.
and engine relight for boost back.
So they're doing
will be
exactly the same as
intentionally
last
headed to a
time, exactly the
splashdown
same, because
result
this
for
is
the
the last
V2
of the
landing
Block
burn
2 boosters.
demonstration
So
today.
they go into the Block
Meanwhile,
3,
Ship
which
will
is
continue
not a
with
total,
its
like,
ascent burn
it's
through
significantly
suborbital
different
trajectory,
design
where it will
to the
attempt
Block
to
2.
deploy 8
So I guess they
Starlink
decided
satellites.
why bother
And we're
taking the
also
risk
planning
on
to
Block
relay a
1,
single
and it's
rapid
going to
entry.
land in Australia.
It's time for
No,
re-entry,
just
where
off the
we're
coast
once
of
again
Western
testing the
Australia.
limits of
There we
Starship's
go.
heat shield
Where
by
they will have
intentionally
the
removing
buoy
tides.
out there,
The
the
ship will
little
also perform
floating
a pretty
kiddie pool
dynamic banking
with the
maneuver
camera on
that
it.
mimics
So
the path
hopefully
of
we
a
get great
return to
shots
launch
again.
site for catch that will fly on a future mission. And if all that goes
And
as
we
planned,
did find
we'll
out why it
conclude the
looked
test with a
orange
landing
last
slip,
time. For those who
burn,
don't
and
know,
soft water splashdown
you
in
know
the
how it
Ocean.
looked like it lost all its
So
tiles and it
definitely
burnt
another
orange? It
action-packed
didn't.
flight
It didn't
profile,
lose the
Dan.
tiles. They had like a test thing there,
Planned to be
that
final
certain
launch of
tiles
this version
missing,
of Starship,
and
version
some
number
orange.
2. Right
Wasn't
now, we're
orange tile, but
actively
it was
building
orange
multiple
something,
next
and that
generation
actually
V3
melted
Starships
and burnt
inside
over
of
all the
vehicles in
tiles,
factory,
like and
kinda right
covered all
behind
the
us, so
tiles.
let's take a minute
It-
and
it
nerd out
like-
a little bit. All right.
Not
So it's gonna be
melted,
launching
it
from Pad
vaporized,
2,
you know,
which
and
is
just
nearing
and just
completion
made all
down
the
here at Starbase.
tiles
Both
orange, which
Pad
looked
and the
really cool.
vehicles are going to roll in really
There's a lot of people who said, "Oh, it lost all the
This is
tiles.
building
Look at
on
that
everything
shot.
we've learned from all of these
Jesus.
flight tests to make
Is
a
that-
vehicle
that's
that
a
we're
re-
looking
is
to
that a real
mass
shot?
produce.
No.
Starting
No,
with
these
the
are just
Starship upper
animations.
stage, which is going to look pretty similar on the outside, but it's getting
That-
pretty much
that
a
looked
complete
too good.
overhaul under the hood. We're getting major design changes to its
Wow.
propulsion system that's going to accommodate.
I
that
saw
new
them
version of
rolling out
Raptor, which
the
puts out higher
Blue
thrust.
Origin
We're also
rocket
getting an energy
the other day.
storage
They were
upgrades,
rolling it out
tons
down
of
the highway.
avionics
The
changes,
photos they put
a lot of
make
things
it look
that
like
will
Sim
enable
City.
longer duration
It's
missions. One notable thing you'll
amazing.
start seeing the outside are these new docking adapters, which we'll use when we bring two starships together for propellant
Didn't a
transfer.
plane crash around there? Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
core
yeah. They'll
capability
find
of
flight.
Starship that
They'll
we're gonna
find the missing
demonstrate
flight.
next year. Bottom line, though, this is the Starship we're planning.
Yeah,
to
it was
use for all
rust
of our
from the
next
metal
major
metal tile or
milestones,
something.
orbital
Yeah, it
missions,
was
return
a
launch
metal
sighting
tile
catch,
that
reuse,
that might have been it. A
propellant
metal
transfer, and
tile
then making our way
vaporized,
to the moon
and
Mars.
they
Now,
yeah, and
super
it turned
heavy. We've
everything
shown
orange.
Some of this off, some of this hardware already coming out of
So
the
it
factory.
was cool.
It has upgrades like
Wow,
this,
look at
a
that.
redesigned fuel transfer tube. That thing's roughly the
heck?
same size as the first stage of a Falcon 9
That's just a
rocket.
fuel transfer
that
tube.
channels all that cryogenic fuel down to Super Heavy's 33 engines. We made it bigger.
Wow.
It's basically a rocket inside of our rocket that gives us a
Wow,
faster,
look at
more
that.
reliable flip and
I didn't know
simultaneous
that.
engine startup. New booster
That's-
also going to have
that's
an
insane.
integrated hot stage.
I don't
a
think we've
lot
seen
more
that
vent
before.
area, and it's designed to be fully reusable. Pressure from those engine plumes gets vented out, mostly offset just
The
by the
scale
pressure
they're
in the
doing
fuel
this
tank.
at
That
is
the
just
top of the fuel
incredible.
tank.
It's
And
just
then we
crazy.
add a non-structural layer of steel on the top that helps take all
Blue
the heating.
Blue
It's
Origin is
mapped
getting
where
stuff
all the
going
high
really
heating
quickly.
goes. Grid fins also
Well,
getting a
after
big
10
change,
years.
going from 4
Yeah,
down
but,
to
yeah,
3,
things are
to
happening.
50% larger.
They're going
though,
from
much
a
higher
moon.
strength.
Is the moonshot
They're also
still
gonna
this
get
year? Look at
used
that.
For vehicle lift and catch.
Wow.
That's all made possible. There's a new catch point addition on those grid fins. We've also
Look at the
kind of
grid fins.
reclocked their position on the booster that aligns
one?
them with the catch arms.
Wow. Do they hand weld those, or is that a robot
All right,
weld?
and then powering it all, Raptor 3 looks radically different, just straight up radical. Tons
Look
of
at
major
look at
changes.
the lack of
It's coming
piping in
higher
there. They've
thrust, dramatic
integrated.
reduction in parts.
They've
Tons of control
integrated. Yeah,
mechanisms
that's
moved
what he's
inside.
talking about.
McGregor
They've
team's
integrated
built some
all
additional
that.
stands like this one, which essentially is the bottom of a super heavy booster. Lets us do gimbal or
nuts.
steering tests. So that's been really exciting to see.
Wow.
Also been getting
Look at that, how
vacuum
quick that
versions
gimbals.
of Raptor 3 into test.
That's
the first
crazy.
flight engines are already in production and are about to start acceptance tests.
No, I think that those were real
for Flight 12.
shots.
So a lot of exciting changes coming, and we're getting ready to mass produce everything.
So we
including one
do
of the
have
really
Dan,
key
but Dan's
contributors to
commentate. He's
their
not doing the
Raptor
main commentary
reusability,
today.
The heat shield
But
tiles.
they are gonna
Let's move
cross
over
to him, I
Tyler real
believe.
quick in Hawthorne, who's
So-
got a really cool look at what's happening with tiles in Florida.
Thank you, Dan. Indeed, Starship's heat shield is the linchpin to full and rapid reusability. We can't launch, land, refuel, and launch again if we have to
Hi.
spend months refurbishing the
Hi,
heat
Mom.
shield after every launch, like they did in the Space Shuttle program. So, in a future where Starship is flying several times a day,
Yay, knows he's
many,
on
many
camera.
thousands of heat shield tiles will be required.
We
So,
see
yeah,
you.
We need to get
You are
cooking on those
noted.
tiles, which is exactly what's happening inside the
More
fully
bang for
automated
US
bakery
taxpayer
down at
buck.
the Cape. In just 3 years, tile production at
Yeah,
the bakery has
I
surpassed
agree.
the total
Yeah,
number
well,
of tiles
yeah.
produced
Sorry.
during the 30 years of the shuttle program. To go from the raw
Yeah,
material
it's
to a
impossible to
finished
get
tile,
a
it
scale
takes
of this
about
thing
40
from the
hours.
cameras.
Today, the bakery
You could
is
see
producing
images of them
about
rolling
1,000
out. People,
tiles a
when
day.
they were rolling it
But it's
down
set up to
the
produce
road
enough
or whatever
tiles
to go
for
to the
10
launch
ships per month,
site,
which is
people were
about
just standing there,
7,000
right
tiles
on
a
the
day,
side of the road, like
or tile
meters
off
away
line
from
every
it.
13
Just meters
seconds.
away from it. And
So,
there's
yeah,
heaps of
the
photos
bakery
on
is
X
well
of
on
this.
its way
It's
to
just
providing
incredible.
Starship with all the tiles for missions to
incredible.
Mars and beyond. And for today's flight,
It's an
we
incredibly
made a
beautiful
modification
waste
to
of
the
money.
heat shield
Yeah,
tiles.
well,
Dan, do
if
you
it
mind
all
filling
goes
us in
tits
on what's
up-
being referred to as the
Well, if
crunch
the
wrap
program goes tits up,
Absolutely.
then
I always love to get to do a little
yep.
show and tell. So we've got thousands
Oh,
of these
tile.
heat shield tiles covering
There we go.
Starship. Now Now they're kind of all next to each other. There's a small gap in between all of them. You got to leave a little bit of space as that metal
Dan knows his
underneath
stuff,
will
so
expand
this
and
will be...
contract. That way they don't crunch into each other and start breaking. However, that lets some of that plasma kind of seep through, and we see really high heating on the sides and then down on the metal. To help fix that, we have this, the crunch wrap that everyone has heard about. So we take
Oh.
essentially that's called Vulcan felt that we then wrap around. And so as these tiles are next to each other, you've got a small bit in between that's going to help offset that heating. It's just one of the ways we're continuing to iterate on this heat shield, getting towards rapid
Is that on every
reusability.
tile?
Hopefully it's going to
Or is this
help
another
Starship
test?
live Moss. You know, everything is just going to get us to that end state of a fully and rapidly reusable
So they put down
vehicle.
one of those,
So
so you
pretty
don't
much
have
the
to
entire vehicle has those on it today. We've done this on
get up
multiple
there with the
Starships
caulking gun
previously,
and
but this time
silicon
pretty much
it.
the whole vehicle has
Makes
it. So that
sense.
was special for today. All right, enough heat shield tiles. Let's go quick check-in on the pad.
Dan
So,
looks fresh and
if you did
unstressed
notice,
today.
we did
Yes.
shift our T0
Oh,
just
sorry.
a little bit. We're now counting down to
Hitting the wrong one.
6:23
Dan looks fresh and
41
unstressed
seconds
today. Yes, he
Central
does.
Time. We
Yes, he
shifted
does.
a little
He's
bit
not
as we were
doing
working
the
to finish
he's not
clearing
doing the
range.
main
We are monitoring
commentary.
sea and
I think he just
airspace,
likes
both
talking
here over
tech.
the Gulf
I
and
think
in
Dan's
our,
really good at.
splashdown location over on the Indian Ocean.
Mate, yeah, maybe
We
he
were
just
working
doesn't
with
really
the FAA,
enjoy
a lot
the
of other
stress of the
international
live
agencies to coordinate
streaming.
all of this. Good news, range is currently green. We're able to get everything out of the way.
Green,
that
green,
we were tracking
range
in the
is
Gulf.
green.
So, weather status,
Right.
I don't even really
Okay,
need
so
to
there's
do
no
not a
idiots
cloud in
out
the
there in a
sky,
dinghy
beautiful day,
canceling
no
the whole thing.
probability of
I'm
violation
surprised
for
that
launch
that
at
hasn't
this
happened. I
point.
shouldn't put ideas in
We're
there.
not currently tracking any issues on the vehicle or the pad. You can see our fill levels are getting up there. We're almost completely done with our propellant loading.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
gone
the
through all
engines.
of our
Yeah,
checkouts
one
so far
one looked
this
like a
morning,
plumbing
aligning our
nightmare. If you see the
guidance,
photo of
navigation,
the
and control
3,
system,
Raptor
getting
1,
vehicles
2,
ready
and
for
3,
prop
it's
load
just
to
the
farm.
evolution's
Everything's gone
amazing.
pretty smoothly so
Yeah,
far.
the third one
We got
has
through
all
our
the
go,
pipes
no-go
3D
prop
print
load. That happens at
integrated
T-minus
into
1
the
hour and
thing.
15
It's not like
minutes.
they
We've
just
been loading fuel,
remove the pipes. They're
and
in
blocks
there.
on
They're
board
just
the ship
embedded
since about 53 minutes
inside the
before
shell of
launch
the thing.
booster started.
So it
Just
doesn't
about
look
10
like
minutes
a
after that. We continue
mess. It's
loading
great.
prop until just around 3 minutes before liftoff. And then at that
Oh, it's
point,
been
we'll
on
be
every
ready to
tile
go.
for a
So,
while, has it? Oh,
bottom line
okay.
at the
I thought
moment,
they were
we're
still
looking
using
real
the
good.
silicon.
Again,
Thank you, Wackman.
6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time is our target T0. So we're going to
Yeah,
keep
if we did this
counting
in the
down.
70s, I was going to say as
Great news so
asbestos.
far.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. And we do say it repeatedly because it's important to understand, but these flight tests are all about the data. Data helps us build and fly faster until we're eventually ready to fly people and cargo at scale to Mars. That is our foundational mission and basically just the major inspiration for our work here.
Yeah,
every day.
well, Dan
Yeah,
did have
that's
to
exactly
deal with a
right,
lot of
Amanda.
back-to-back failures.
And our
Yeah.
first missions to the Red
maybe he
Planet
felt.
are just down the road. And
So I
we
guess they
recently shared
promoted
some
him
exciting
to.
news.
I mean, he's always been
Starship
one of the
cargo
senior
flights to the
engineers
Martian
there, but
surface for research,
I don't know.
development, and
Maybe they just
exploratory
roped him
missions
in to
begin in 2030.
got a
And
tap on the
we
shoulder.
already have our
You're doing the
first
live
customer.
show.
Yeah, exactly. Starship is
Oh,
open
shit,
for
do
business,
I have to?
and one of the first payloads will be provided by the
Yeah, but he
Italian
seems to
Space
be
Agency.
enjoying himself when they just
recently
cross to
signed
him
a
now.
first-of-its-kind
He
agreement
seems to be
carry
enjoying
Italian
himself more, which is
experiments
good.
on the initial Starship missions that deliver customer payloads to Mars.
Can we just get to
In
the moon,
related news,
please?
Starship cargo flights
What time
to
is
the
it
surface
here?
of the
It is
moon for
10:15
research, development,
a.m.
and exploratory missions will start in 2028. So a ton of Starship activity to look forward to.
I don't know about
And
the
if you'd like
greatest
to learn
launch
more
ever.
about our mission to making humanity multiplanetary, go ahead and visit SpaceX.com/Mars.
It is cock waving at its
Okay,
finest.
now
Yes.
as we get closer to launch,
Him and
development
Jeff
continues
Bezos.
down here at Starbase, Texas, to shape this growing city into a truly unique
Giant
place
dick
to
contest.
live and work. And part of being a city, particularly
I
one
think Jeff
surrounded by
Bezos
nature,
wins. His
is
one actually
environmental
looks like a
stewardship.
penis.
The nearby Boca Beach dunes have unfortunately been eroding at an alarming rate
Ah.
for some time, so SpaceX is teaming up with Cameron County and the city of Starbase to stop that erosion and hopefully
I'm gonna
preserve
stop
the beach
there.
for years
So
to come.
is this like a swimmy beach?
Yeah,
Can
and
you
as
go for
one
a
of its
swim there?
first
Does anyone
permanent
swim there?
residents and someone who's actually
never
called
seen
Starbase
people
home
swimming.
for over 3 years now, I can tell you the beach totally adds to the uniqueness and awesomeness of living here. Starbase is truly unlike any other place on Earth.
So
You know,
everyone goes
where
there
else
at
can you see
lunchtime
the world's biggest
as a
rocket
swim?
every single day.
Yeah, Starbase is definitely the place to be, and we're always looking for more people.
Yeah, I
to
gotta
come
admit, it'd
help
be cool
build
to
the
work
future of
there.
space flight.
Yeah,
Stressful,
particularly
but,
engineers,
you know.
especially for our propulsion and
It'd be
mechanical
cool working on
system
this
teams.
stuff.
You could be working on tests just like these ones, proving out the designs
Oh,
of our next
We
generation.
now
Super
have
Heavy
a jobs
booster.
commercial.
Fun fact,
Jobs
we actually
commercial.
tested the booster to 13,400 tons of thrust, which is more than the power of 3.5 Saturn V rockets.
Whoa.
Which is just crazy. We're also looking for civil and structural engineers to help
Yep.
literally build the future.
It literally is a
Whether it's
recruitment
buildings
ad.
like the Gigabays currently going up at both Starbase and the Cape.
Unbelievable.
Each is a
blame
massive
'em. I'd
vertical
be doing the same
integration
thing.
and assembly facility with over
Oh, is that an actual-
700,000
No, that's it's just
square
a-
feet of workspace. Both
More-
sites
more
are
I-
currently in progress,
more
actually
AI?
going vertical as we speak. Or you could be designing.
They
a
are building
Starship
that
launch
second one, though.
Of the future.
That second
really
tower
no
was
shortage
like
of
half
feature to
built.
build here. So visit spacex.com/careers to see all of our openings if you're interested.
You reckon they
Okay,
need
now,
adaptive
as we head
material
into
for
terminal
re-entry?
count, all eyes are on the rocket. Dan, how are we looking?
Well,
are we green?
Amanda, we are so green. Everything's still looking
Is
really
that girl
good.
David
So
Bowie?
We've got a
What?
green range, not tracking any blockers there to launch. We're continuing to load prop on board the vehicle.
Looks like we're good.
We're
5 minutes
just
left.
about
I
to
wasn't even
close
watching the
out, so we'll
timer. 5
close
minutes
out,
left.
Again,
Yes, you can
just
swim
about
there.
3
Haven't been that
minutes and
south, but you
20
can swim in
seconds
off the Texas
before
coast.
liftoff. We'll
Cool.
close out on ship and then booster just about 30 seconds later. And then you end up with about 11 million pounds of liquid propellant on board those 2 stages. After we're fully loaded on the vehicle, the pad
I'll make
itself
sure
gets
that
ready
my
for
head,
launch.
if
We
my
do what's
head
called
is covering
pushbacks. We
something,
clear all
please,
that
please
prop
let
out
me
of the
know.
lines in the tower,
Oh, well.
and the feed
Kind of
system
is at the
back
moment.
into
There we
the
go.
tanks to
Speak
get
of the
ready
devil.
for launch. And then in the next couple of minutes, we're going to do our final GNC
There you go, we're getting
navigation
there.
and control system alignment. We're
It's
going
going
to
up.
arm the automatic flight safety system, and then we're going to do final kind of wiggle checks on the steering for the
Wiggle
engines,
checks.
which we might
Wiggle,
be able
wiggle,
to
wiggle,
catch a quick
yeah.
peek at as we get closer
Excellent.
to those.
Look at that.
If we
Gorgeous
need to hold,
day
which
for
we
it.
are not currently tracking a reason to, that would happen at T-minus 40 seconds. It's built into our countdown. We can pause and wait there for any
Yes,
final
40
checkouts,
seconds is the
anything
magic
that we need
pause
to
mark.
hold
If you
for.
see it go below 40 seconds, you know,
Past that
it's
T-minus 40
getting...
seconds, a number of
it's
events
getting
will
off the
occur
ground.
in rapid succession. The ground spin
In one
and
piece or in
ignition systems
pieces?
come up to flight pressure.
But no,
and
once
ship
again,
switches to internal power.
the
After that, the quick disconnect
biggest,
arm lockout is removed in
greatest
preparation
thing
for
about
retraction
Starship has been the
shortly
super
after
heavy
T0.
booster. The super heavy
Now, once we
booster is
pass
incredible.
T-minus 40 seconds,
33
if any problems
engines.
come up, we do still
Reliable
have
as
the ability
hell.
to recycle the count
I
under
would
certain
ride the
conditions
thing.
back to T-minus 40 seconds and hold there
Wouldn't
to
ride
assess what
Starship,
happened, and then see if
but
we can
I'd ride
proceed
the
again
super
to
heavy
liftoff.
booster. Man,
Yep. However,
It's
once the
so
water for
good.
the deflector system begins flowing at T-minus 10 seconds, any issue after that would be an automatic scrub for the day, as teams would need to refill the deflector's water tanks as well as the propellant storage tanks. at
oh,
the
she
tank
is one
farm
duck.
before
I have no
making
idea about the
another
dark
attempt.
iris thing.
All right, we are coming up on 3 minutes away from launch. You can see the frost line all the way up. We've
Maybe
just
Dan
closed
is
out
gonna
prop
commentate.
load, onto
Maybe
the
he
ship
is,
booster coming up shortly.
because that's Dan's voice.
Yeah, in about
Is
10
it not?
seconds, we'll finish loading prop on the booster, and then again, we'll have about 11 million pounds of that liquid oxygen, liquid methane on
I
board
think we're
the
good to
vehicles.
go.
Not currently tracking a reason to
You're
hold
going
at
for a boom on
T-minus 40.
Starship?
It can pop up
I'm
at the last moment,
once
or
again,
after
I'm
we pass that gate,
95%
we can
plus
always
sure
hang out
on the
there
super
for
heavy
a
booster,
couple of
like
minutes.
98% sure.
If we need
Super
to,
heavy booster will
we
get
do
up
have
there,
some extra
even if
time.
it loses
We're
one
not
engine, not a problem.
constantly
It'll land
topping
back
off the
down, no
propellant in
problem.
these vehicles, so we have
Land
about
on the
a 7-8
ocean, that
minute
is.
window where we
There's no
can wait,
tower catch today.
for any
Sorry.
final issues to clear.
They've
Not
already
currently
proven that's a
tracking
thing.
reason to
and
hold
that's
there.
easy peasy,
Again,
lemon
our range
squeezy.
continues to be green as we look at sea and airspace about both out.
No,
over
that
the
is
Gulf
not a leak. That
and
is
in our
just
re-entry zone
that is
out
just
in the Indian
condensation.
Ocean.
Yeah. That is not a leak.
All right,
Everything's
2
normal.
minutes, 15 seconds to go. A lot of things on tap for Flight 11. Planned to be the last launch of this version of Starship.
Yeah,
and
it's
Super
cakewalk.
Heavy.
And Starship
Once
is
again,
like
we're really focused on
80%
getting ship
confident
over to
it'll
re-entry.
do
Once
its
we get
thing
to
and
that
get back
phase,
through
we're
the
gonna dive
atmosphere.
in. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to
Things
be
will be
happening
once
on
again.
our
They
way
got
back
to, they
through,
deliberately stressing it
and down to the
again.
ground, hopefully
Test
out in
tiles
the Indian
again.
Ocean.
So anything could happen. It could actually blow up. So maybe not 80%.
Minute 45.
Maybe 60%. Oh,
Should
look at that
hopefully
shot.
Be seeing.
Gorgeous. Love seeing that. Oh, they're
There's
gimbaling.
a quick wiggle check.
Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Checking out the thrust vector
Nice.
control, the steering on the booster.
Yeah, I
We use
love
those
how
inner
it can
13
rotate
engines,
in. Yeah, it goes like that.
Doing their one final dance before the big show.
Nice. Wow, that's so good.
And we'll do that one more time
33
after we
freaking
cross
engines.
that T-40 gate.
My God. Because everyone
All right,
remembers the
range continues
N1
to be
famously
green.
blowing up, what, 2 or 3 times.
Still not tracking any issues on
And
vehicle.
SpaceX
or
just went,
path.
oh yeah, let's just whack 33 engines on it. She'll be right.
1 minute to go.
It's great.
As a reminder, we can
55 seconds. All
we
right.
can hold at
If they-
T-minus 40. We're not
If they hold
planning
at
to.
40, it won't be a disaster. It just means they're checking something. But if it goes below 40, we're going to launch.
All right.
It won't explode after 1
We're
minute
through
of flight.
T-minus
Nope.
40. Let's listen in. Flight Director Ty Huntington back in the seat. Take us through the final
Flight
seconds
Directors, go for launch.
So we're going to get Dan Hewitt commentary throughout the thing? I think we might. He's just not on camera as much. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Light this candle. 648,000 people watching.
T-minus 10, 9, 8.
Here we go.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, sorry, the chat.
3,
I can't move the chat.
2, 1.
All engines lit. All engines lit. Look at that. Someone release the hooks.
Thanks for all the
Go.
flights, pad 1.
Once again, those engines super duper reliable. Insane. I would ride this thing. The super heavy boosters. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Booster Raptor chamber pressure nominal.
Wow. I will leave the chat there because you can still read the numbers underneath, so I'll leave it there. Look at it. Look at it go. What a Bobby Dazzler.
Booster and ship, nominal power and telemetry.
Yep, nominal. Everything's nominal.
Right, we are about
nominal.
5 seconds into flight. We're still getting the rattle here at Star Factory. We are seeing
That's
33
Dan,
out of
isn't it?
33 Raptor engines lit on Super Heavy as it arcs across the Gulf. Coming
Wow.
up next
Look
on
at that.
Max Q.
Exposure on the cameras. Great. Great. You can see every engine. They have that dialed in so well. It's fantastic. No one does launch video like SpaceX.
So at this point, we've passed through that period of maximum aerodynamic pressure. The next thing we're looking forward to is going to be hot staging. So we've got 33 out of 33 Raptors lit. Super Heavy makes its way
Didn't lose a single engine.
Hot staging is going to be coming up in just a little over a minute. At that point, we're going to see
dark smoke. I don't know.
All but
read
3 of those
that.
Raptor engines on Super Heavy shut
USA,
down. Our
USA,
version of
USA.
Miko. Most engines cut off.
Yeah, it's like a ball one. Engine. Look at it. Look at it go.
And then after that,
go,
we're
you
going to
beauty.
release the clamps that are currently holding Starship to that hot stage adapter. It's
now we have solenoids. Activate the solenoids. Look, you can see the
Super Heavy.
You can see the pod bay door. Oh, look at that. The sun just came through.
30 seconds, we're going to see the engines start to shut down on Super Heavy. You'll see them kind of shut off in separate banks until we've just got those
engines
3
are so freaking reliable. 33 of them. I think they can lose like 3 of them, and they're still good.
Raptors.
But they didn't even lose 1. Come on. It's great.
Miko coming up in about 10 seconds.
I'm surprised Uncle Sam hasn't put something on top of that. Something secret on top of that and launching it.
Down.
Booster engine cut off.
There we go. Down to the middle 3. Beautiful. And come on. Stage separation. Look at that. Solenoids worked.
Spec burn startup.
Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Look at. Oh man. Look, oh, you can still see it. You can still see it out there. Look at that.
Successful hot staging maneuver. So we've got 12 of the 13 engines lit back up on boosters. So it's
beautiful.
Doing its boost back.
Oh, and Starship's
real exciting.
Starship's lit.
We've got 6 out of 6 Raptors lit on ship there. So it's now.
So you can see the Starship. Sorry, I cannot move the chat window. It's fixed.
Meanwhile, this boost back is
turn it off or
happening.
On.
We're using those 13 engines
temporarily. You can see the 6 engines there.
And then we go down to 3, and then we're going to shut down for the end of boost back. That's sending Super Heavy back towards its planned splashdown zone.
So Starship's working. Will we get a little mini explosion? I can't remember what the reason for the little mini explosion was.
The hot stage
in there. Let me move my ugly mug out of the way.
That we're doing this is
just in case something happens.
There's the end of the boost back burn. Should be seeing
go,
the
you
hot
little
stage.
Beauty. Oh. Lost commentary there. Lost commentary.
So the hot stage separates. It's going to make its way down. Also splash down in the Gulf.
Wow. Look at the shot.
In the meantime, though, these 6 ship Raptors are going to continue firing for about 5 more minutes.
And the Super Heavy Landy will not be on the tower. Sorry, it's going into the ocean again.
Up for the booster, though,
Expendable.
is going to be its landing burn. There's
wow.
a full tracking shot. We dumped some of the prop out on our way back.
Wow. It's amazing. You know how high that damn thing is up?
This is one of the main things
we're trying
to
right in the middle.
Is going to be this landing burn. Oh, that's...
No,
so you can
look at
see
that.
the hot stage kind of making its way towards the left side. So that's the bottom of the booster. It's about to pass right in front of where you can see some of that.
That's insane. Wow, that's the actual.
Together,
that's the actual ring.
Distance between them, and the hot stage will go down and splash down in the Gulf while the booster comes back.
That's insane. Man, they're getting that tracking shot at over 60 kilometers.
All right. Looking good on our trajectory, looking good on everything. Jake
Phenomenal.
and Amanda, you guys with me down there?
Yeah,
Starship engines are still lit.
Over here in the office.
Starship's fine. Confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high.
Booster is making its way down to
grid
the
fins moving.
Zone in the Gulf.
Yeah, the shaking down here was absolutely nuts. The windows are still there, still intact. So
wow, look at that
awesome.
hot stage ring just
coming down.
off to the side. Look at this. She's falling quick.
All right, yeah, and as we approach
Starship's still
landing,
going.
Just like tower catches, we will be doing a 13-engine landing burn to slow down. This time it will be in a V3 configuration.
Had better footage of the moon landing from further, yeah.
And as we're starting to get into the denser part of the atmosphere, the booster is using 4 hypersonic grid fins to guide itself through atmospheric entry towards its landing site.
They're already dismantling the...
seconds away from landing burn start, where we'll first
here we go.
The center 13
those engines are not lit. That is just friction, like that is heat. That is compression heat of the atmosphere.
All of them off.
Here we go.
We're still about 200 meters in the
there we go.
So booster is
relit, all of them. All of them relit perfectly. Incredible, incredible. This is landing just off the coast, so they can get this tracking shot. Oh, why? Look at that. Oh, there were just 2 extras. I guess it deemed it needed those 2 extras. Look at that. It's going to land perfectly. They could have tower caught this. It's incredible.
There we heard it.
My 95% confidence at the start of this was underrated.
V3 demonstration. And into the water we go.
Into the water. Great. We'll probably get further footage of that later. Well done.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. They nailed it. Starship's still lit.
Now, congrats to the whole SpaceX team. So far, so good for
He's
today.
excited. He's coming alive now.
Incredible.
All right, great stuff, guys.
Cool. Yep.
I'm jealous of the crowd. All right, back to ship. Ship's still making its way. We've got a little under 2 minutes left in this ascent burn, so we've got all 6 Raptor engines
nicely done.
firing.
I agree. Where's the boy? They'll get their footage later. They just didn't switch to it live.
That's our second stage engine cutoff.
I'm not even sure if they have a buoy out there for the super heavy landing. Because it's so near to shore, they can put massive cameras, massive zoom cameras on shore and get footage. But maybe
really cool
they
to see Booster
maybe
go
they have
through
a little
that landing
pool out
burn.
there.
That was
little
one of
inflatable
our
kiddie
really
pool.
key demonstrations we wanted to try and do today. Is that's mimicking what we're going to be hopefully doing. Oh, we just got our sonic boom, it sounds like, from the booster coming back.
Really? I just reached the
all right, less than a minute
headquarters.
To go.
That's incredible.
You
like I heard that.
The vacuum optimized engines shut down first, and then we'll shut down those 3 center engines. So we should be a little under a minute until SECO. Just a reminder, this is putting us into a suborbital trajectory, so we're intentionally just going
trickle of gas in the engine bay. I missed it.
Don't
know.
This puts us on a course where those engines shut off, and no matter what, we're coming back.
Starship is internal guidance.
They just dumped the booster. They weren't going to reuse it, so they're not going to risk the tower. They've already proven like 3 times they can tower catch. So
less than 30 seconds to go.
It's done.
In the
done and dusted.
burn.
There's no need to reprove it. Has no PR value, really.
All right, RVACs have shut off.
Okay, got the 3
more
center.
to go.
Right, 3 center engines lit. The vacuum engines are shut off. And now total cutoff, that's normal. Excellent. We're ballistic, Mav. Yes,
right.
we're landing off the west coast of Australia.
Raptors have shut
Nominal
down.
orbit insertion.
Nominal orbit insertion?
Nominal orbital insertion. So we are on the path that we wanted to be. So we've got a ship back in space.
But it's not orbit. They are not going to orbit.
Lots more still to come. Great seeing.
Oh, the grid fin is moving because the camera's on the grid fin. That's not the ship.
To see what ship can do in space.
That's not the ship.
How's everybody doing down there?
That's the grid fin. There we go. They've got test tiles on the top. Look at that. Are there sensors in each one of those? Because they don't recover these. So.
Yeah, if you could hear the crowd behind us this whole time, people are definitely happy with how the day's been panning out so far. Definitely exciting to see Starship.
See the ice just flying off.
And super pumped to see all the team's hard work in action here today.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we guaranteed it at the start of the show, but it has been an awesome day so far. It's crazy.
Still, getting Starship back through the atmosphere is a big deal. You know, even with all the proper heat tiles on it, when they stop dicking around with the testing of the heat tiles and actually do it for real.
But we've got a few minutes until that next milestone, so sit
how
tight,
well it survives.
enjoy the views, enjoy the space
I think
jam.
there's a lot to be proven there.
T plus 16 minutes for payload deploy.
Yeah, what's that doing? Yeah, you're right. Is that venting out there? Yeah, it is. Look. But it looked like it was about to shut off, and they just... What? Commentary's gone. Dan's gone. The telemetry's gone. Well, we're still getting camera telemetry, but they've deliberately shut off the... Oh, well, all engines are shut off anyway. So, yeah, no, they're just pausing until we will get the Starlink deployment again. So we'll see that. Oh, it was an excess fuel dump, someone says. Don't know why they'd do that. Yeah, I was going to mention the payloads hitting the door again on the way out. I was going to mention that. I wonder if the poor payload guys, they finally got their chance to shine in the last mission after all the blow-ups. They finally got them, and doing it hits the door on the way out. Oh, man. Yep. Yeah, it was so funny. No Bucks, no Buck Rogers. Aliens are laughing at our primitive technology, yeah. Yes, at this point, yes, they could do an actual orbit delivery. Yes. Yes. I'm sure if you went to Elon with $1 billion, he would say, yes, I will use Starship to launch your thing. Yeah, because the Super Heavy is just crazy reliable. Super Heavy is awesome. Whether or not people will use it, whether or not they start selling slots on Super Heavy, but they've got nothing to put on top at the moment. They've got Starship, but Starship's so unproven. Well, it's getting better, but, you know, it'll probably survive this mission. I don't think anything's going to go wrong from here. I think it's going to be all right, except the deliberate test tiles when they come back through the atmosphere. Yes, hope we have a camera on one of the dummy satellites this time. Yeah, yep, that'd be cool. I was hoping that last time we didn't get it. With switch cameras, there you go. It is nighttime. Secret payload? No, it's just dummy Starlinks. Yep, dummy payloads again. Yep. But the thing is, they're iterating so quickly. When was the last one? Like a month and a half ago? It wasn't even 2 months, was it? It could have been 2 months, but it's just crazy. Considering you have to wait years for Blue Origin to do anything or for any other players to do anything. And it's like, there's something interesting happening every day. We start with SpaceX, if you want to see their daily launches. They're practically daily. I think there's a launch like several hours after this. There's another Falcon 9 launch. And you can go watch those. I assume you can go watch those live. I haven't watched one live for a long time. Yes, low orbit. Yeah, they're not going to full. They're not going to full orbit. Whoop. How is Thunderfoot handling these successful launches? I don't know. Is he actually streaming this? Does anyone know if Thunderfoot's streaming this or not. Engine skirt explosion. No, we won't see that. I don't think we'll see that again. I think they figured out what that was. Sorry, I can't actually remember. I think I heard somewhere what it was. So, yeah. No, I doubt we'll see that skirt explosion again. I think they know exactly what that was, and they've fixed that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, SpaceX literally carries the entire industry on their back. They have what? Can someone give me the stat? What? Like 95% of the market, or is it 80%? Or something like it's massive. 85% or something of the market, of the launch market. They just own it. They own it. I mean, most of those are Starlink launches, but still, you know, I mean, still something going to space. But as I said, I've got a friend who literally put into the SpaceX shopping cart last month. Well, actually, it was only several weeks ago now, I think. Literally put into the shopping cart, into the SpaceX shopping cart. Yes, launch please. And he paid a crap ton of money. Crap ton of money, and he bought a Falcon 9 launch window because he's got a space startup and he's launching something secret at the moment. But
all right, welcome back, everybody.
Hey, Dan's
if you're
back.
Just now joining us. Where the heck were you? But we are
Thunderfoot's
getting
not
ready
streaming?
for payload deploy. That's going to start once we get the payload.
Dave has
door
really
open.
rich friends.
That should be happening. Or at least
No,
starting
I've
within
got
the next minute or so.
friends who know
It's been a
people
really
who are
cool
rich.
flight so far. Quick look inside the payload. We've got 8.
He
Starlink
didn't put his own.
simulators getting ready
He's
to
got
make
angel
their way
investment
into
money.
outer
He's got
space.
funding.
But great flight so far. Booster
Yes.
able to make
So
it
I
all
know
the way
people
to its,
who
splashdown and
know
landing
rich
burn
people.
experiment. So that was really exciting to see.
And they
We
got-
ship
they
on
got the
orbit,
money.
Nominal orbital insertion. So right in the
So
money
there's
with
our
this
dummy
trajectory.
payloads.
Now we're ready to start tackling a couple of.
Please put a
in-space
camera on one,
objectives.
please. Please.
Next up, we are currently venting down the nose cone, essentially the payload area of Starship, as we get ready to open up this payload door. We were able to do
Open
this
the pod bay
successfully
door,
for the
Hal.
very first
You
time.
can see it down there.
On our
There it is.
last flight,
Oh.
on flight 10. Oop,
Oh,
Hal got ahead of me. Looks like he's opening up the payload door already.
the pod bay door is open. The pod bay door is open. Are there like lights inside there? Why can we see lights? I guess. I mean, it's set. Yeah, they do. They've got
All right,
lights
looks like we
here,
got
so
the
there's a little
door
bit of light.
open.
Yep, and there's one light down the bottom to light it up. Yep, cool. And it is open. You can see the slot. The slot is open. Hal has opened the pod bay doors. And we're going to get deployment
All right,
again.
so
Will it
payload
go
doors open.
clunk
Next up, going to be to start
on the door?
deploying
This
these
is
Starlink
hilarious.
simulators.
Yeah, the Pez dispenser works. I mean, everything
They are
so far,
roughly
everything.
the same
Well, I'm not going to
size
say everything.
as the V3
Starship point to
Starlink
point, anyone?
satellites that Starship's gonna be
Bullshit.
carrying.
Well, no,
It's
it
gonna
can
add
work,
some
but not for
pretty
passengers.
crazy capacity.
It'll
We'll run
never
through
be
the
a thing.
numbers in a little bit.
But everything
we were
they've
able to do
promised
this for the very
is
first time ever
is coming
on our
true.
last flight, and
They
so
promised
this'll be another test.
reusability,
We
not
made a
full
couple of tweaks
reusability
to
yet, but they
to the
promised
rails,
reusability. They've
for
now I
deploying
saw a
this based
stat
off of what
yesterday.
we
They've
saw last
reused
time.
Falcon
But
9
excited to see
450
get out the
times, I
door.
think it is.
Our next
450
iteration of
times they've
Starship's also
reused
gonna
a
have
Falcon 9 booster.
a more
It's
powerful
incredible.
Pez
Some of them 30
that's gonna
times.
deploy these at a little bit faster
insane.
speed.
And
but looking to see
well,
our
it looks
next
like they
demonstration
plan
of
to at
this
least
hopefully
add the
in next
camera,
couple of
at
seconds
least
we
have
should
this
start
camera
seeing them
running
move
on the
out the door.
fin to watch them come out. So I don't think we're going to have a camera on the unit
I mean, that
itself.
view on your left, so you're basically that would be if you were sitting at the very top.
And
of
this,
that looking down.
everyone
So
laughed at
there's
the tower
kind of a short
thing.
stack.
They did
There's
that.
4
First
on
try.
either side,
Tower catch.
so 8
Works.
total,
Works fine.
when we start
Done that
flying
3 times, I
Starlinks.
think.
For
And
their
the,
actual deploy
this,
missions, we're going to be carrying stacks of about 60. So
Dispenser thing.
much larger stack once we start flying
Pez
these
dispenser?
operationally, but still doing a little bit of a
Seems
short
to be a
test
thing.
for this payload deployed today.
But imagine this thing being full of these. How many can they carry? Does anyone... Oh, did it move? I saw it move. Are they going to have the camera behind it again? I assume they're going to have the camera. They've got a camera like over here. And
coax it out. Get it moving,
oh.
Jake.
There we go.
Why not put up multiple cameras? There we go. It's off. It's off. Will it hit? Will it hit? Oh, no. It's stuck. It's stuck. No, it's going back. Is this a test thing?
All right,
testing.
Oh, ready for the second one here. We do a little reset back to the center position.
Did it deploy? Do I blink?
Yeah, it takes about a minute for each one.
Or is it so horizontal on you can't see it? Oh, there it goes. Yeah. It looked like it retracted back in
real smooth
before.
Too. They made a couple of tweaks.
Was
to
that
those
just me?
rails. If you watched the last ones, it had a couple of bumps on the way out, but moving out super clean.
Oh, sorry, I'm not caught up on the comments.
Yeah, and as noted earlier in the show, but
It
definitely
did.
worth repeating, Starship
Right.
will deploy Starlink's more advanced V3
Oh, just the
satellites,
first set. Oh,
adding
there's two in a
60
row.
terabits
Oh,
per
okay.
second of
Right.
capacity to the network per launch. So that's
Right.
20 times more than each Falcon
Oh, yeah,
9
I saw
launch
that
does
from the
today.
top-down view.
Just
Yes,
incredible.
yes, you're right. Thanks. Yeah, 2 per layer. Yeah. Gotcha. What is this cable here?
Yeah, and anybody that's been following Starship,
Why is it only
Starlink's
on
kind
those,
of
the top
the
two there?
MVP for these flight tests, where it's not only giving us the views we're seeing right now, but
Something's it's
also
moving.
just real-time data
moving,
through every
and
phase
then
of flight. So we've
moving
got a
up.
couple dozen cameras on Starship. We've also got a bunch of cameras.
Well, where's the
spread across
outside?
the
I wanna
globe,
see 'em. Give us
including
the
out in
fin,
Indian
grid fin
Ocean, where
view.
We've got our fun buoys
Give
floating.
us the grid.
There goes another one.
Yes, they do have the buoys. Boys. Buoy. Yep. Yep.
And I mean,
Okay,
using
well
Starlink
done.
to bring
Well done,
all of this
payload
together.
team, for
Our
not
drone
hitting me.
shots you see here,
Not
from
hitting the door on the
our
way
great
out.
team down here
That was
at
hilarious
Starbase,
on the first one.
all
So they've
connected.
obviously
So
nailed
Starlink
that.
not only giving us cool views off the planet, but also on the planet. Help
Come
bring
on, give us the
everybody
grid
along
fin
for all these
view.
Starship flights.
There's at least some light there to... Wow.
I think that's number 4. Somebody check my math.
That's great. There you go. They're going to be putting these Starlinks, the big new gen Starlinks
Yeah,
out
we've
there.
got 4
So all the
Starlink
cell phone
terminals
coverage
on
thing's
the
going to
outside
start.
of
It'll be
Starship.
low
It uses that
bandwidth.
to
Don't
talk
expect
the
to be able to stream
constellation.
1080p
And through
video
that,
on your
we
shoe
actually get
phone
about 120
from
megabits
Starlink.
of bandwidth for our
But,
downlink. That's our real-time HD video, all of our telemetry. So it's not just kind of giving us these cool views inside, but it's giving all that engineering data in real time.
Yeah, well, they're getting all this
including
video from Starlink.
re-entry, but
It's incredible.
Normally a plasma layer builds up and blocks you out. Starlink, powerful enough of a frequency that we're able to kind of punch through that and still get that live view.
They can go through the plasma, which is amazing. Yep. Lift, lift. You can do it. Here you go. And deploy. Yeah.
All right, next one out
Oh,
the
you
door.
think they increase the velocity so it doesn't dwell?
There we go.
Oh! Oh, did I miss it? It came out. Right, but it's not enough light to light it up when it's out.
All right,
Damn.
yeah, Starlink is the world's largest satellite constellation.
No
operating in
wobblies
low
this
Earth
time,
orbit
yes.
To deliver high speed,
No
low
wobblies.
latency broadband
Yeah, they've
internet.
solved it.
This provides internet access to people around the world, many of who have never had connectivity before.
They're in. Oh, you can barely see it. You can barely. Oh no, no, there it is. Oh, okay, it's going upwards. Okay, I thought it was coming out that way. No, it's going up.
Right.
Okay.
Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets with over 7 million active customers and counting. To meet the global growing demand for high-speed internet,
10
SpaceX
Aussie bucks that the
expanded
cable
its
is
factory over
attached
in
to
Bastrop,
a
Texas,
banner that
just
says
outside
bang.
Austin,
That'd be
and also
hilarious.
introduced Starlink Mini as well as an upgraded
That'd
version of the Starlink
that'd be
standard kit.
great. Oh man, please put an Easter egg like that in.
Yeah, and
Please.
one thing to note about the satellite deploy is that they will be following the same suborbital trajectory of the ship. So these
Wow.
dummy sats will not be going in orbit.
Well,
We do
hats off to the
expect them
payload
burn
team.
up on
They're
re-entry.
nailing this. many people have they got working on all
a couple
this?
more to go.
Must
I
be
promise
incredible.
One of these days we'll deploy.
It's a
daylight,
USB-C charge
but
cable.
we're basically trading deploy in the dark so we get those re-entry views.
Yeah, they should have stuck some
for
coin
the
batteries
daytime.
and some LEDs on the dummy sats. Yeah. Yep. Little blinkies. Little blinkies. There it is. Going out. Very cool. Sorry, it's under my head there, but there's not much to see. It's pretty dark. Very cool.
All right, I think we got one more to go.
One more. Here we go. You'll see it come out. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Wow. Wow.
All right, now with payload deploy complete, Starship will now close its payload door and continue to coast around Earth to the Indian Ocean.
We're going to see it close.
We still have a ton of major events to come
we
today,
saw that
including
did we see
Raptor
that last
Relay
time?
at about T plus 37 minutes.
Well, if this one is a complete success, as the last one was,
That will be followed by
apart from the
atmospheric
tile and
re-entry
turning
and
orange or whatever, but
splashdown.
test tile. But it was a success, really.
So with that, we're
Then
going to
they've
go
got
on
two
another
back-to-back
quick
complete flight successes.
Yeah, if you can hear us.
Nope, USA chant has started. Oh, they're excited. Good on them. Yeah, you'll be landing in Australia in 30
All right,
minutes.
with
Yeah.
that payload
Yeah.
door closed. We're
Yes,
gonna
it's
sit
great.
tight,
Well,
enjoy the
it's
views,
been
and enjoy the
51
spaceships
minutes.
Again.
Oh, no, sorry.
We'll be back in
30?
just a few
Yes.
minutes for Raptor Relay and then head back for re-entry.
Yeah, you would be landing in Australia in 30, 40 minutes or something. Yes. You can go from the US to Australia in 40 minutes. But Starship point to point will never be a thing. Sorry to tell you, it will never ever be a thing. Because it's just, you realize that you can't just like have it on a tarmac and then just, people hop on 10 minutes before it launches. And it's just, no, you've got to have massive clearances. It takes, an hour to load the prop and everything. And then there's so many safety requirements that it's never going to be used for humans. Uncle Sam could use it. Uncle Sam could deliver a tank to anywhere on Earth in an hour. If Uncle Sam wants to pay for that, that's possible. That is actually possible. But Starship passenger point to point will never be a thing. Ever. Ever. There's just too many problematic issues with physically getting people on board, having safety and all that sort of stuff. It's just not going to happen. So many, it'd take you, you'd have to have it like offshore or something, right? For safety and noise as well, right? It'd take people in 2 hours to get out there or an hour to get out there on boat. And then you would have to it's just the safety of fueling the thing. It's just, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You lose all that time. It sounds great. Oh, I can just hop on the plane with, 5 seconds before they close the door. And then 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later, you're landing in freaking Australia. No, it's not going to be a thing. But what if you could drop payload? Well, there's a new space thing. There's a new startup that's doing that. They can have stuff in orbit and then they can just drop it anywhere within minutes. Or, half an hour or something. And move humans. No, it's not going to be a thing. It's not going to be a thing. Uncle Sam could technically use it. But it's so expensive. It's crazy. No, sorry, Bruce, it's not going to happen. We already have these airports, okay? We already have these airports. We already have all this infrastructure. They are not going to build spaceports for, what, hundreds of people? Like, no, the volume's not there. The volume is not there to make it economically reliable, even if you could solve all the issues of, you know, look, airports are right in the middle of commercial cities, right? They're right in the middle of it. These launch things would have to be, you know, 50, 100 kilometers away for noise and safety requirements. And you're away from a major population. So you're just pissing away all that flight time advantage. You're just pissing it away. And it's just not going to be economically viable. People are not going to pay that much money for that sort of risk and potential inconvenience, you know? It's like, oh, you may as well just get on a plane. At least you can sit on a plane comfortably, and then, you know, yeah, it takes longer to get there. But no. And it already exists, and it's cheap. And it's safe. Super safe. Crazy safe. And no, it's not going to be a thing. High G-forces on places. Yeah, it's not going to be a thing. If you want, like, you know, space tour, like, people would rather pay to go to space. People would rather pay to go to space than to do a Starship launch, Starship point-to-point thing. Because you wouldn't be able to have windows for everyone, right? It's not going to be a thing. No, I'm way behind on the chat. Flying across the world is not cheap. Well, it's way cheaper than Starship, let me tell you. Same reason supersonic planes won't be a thing either. Yeah, the reason that the Concorde failed is because it couldn't go anywhere. It couldn't go over certain, you know, certain flight corridors. It couldn't land in certain places because it was too loud. It was too loud. But there's new, you know, people are working, like one recently, just like a month ago or something, apparently they've done a supersonic plane that doesn't have the sonic boom or something somehow. I don't know, something like that. They're working on it, so it might make a comeback, but it's not. But it's not currently a thing. Yeah, the lack of Concorde flying today is proof that I'm right. It's just, Concorde was great, fantastic, but it literally, there were so many cities, countries, counties, areas that would not allow it to fly over. I think a Concorde, was there anywhere in the US the Concorde was allowed to fly over continental US? I don't think so. It was like, you know, Yeah, that got cancelled. Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, he was on that flight. Yeah, that was just, yeah, it wasn't going to happen. Yep, what's the Japanese funder who funded that? He pulled out his money. He said, no, I'm not going to bleed any more money on this. But moon tourism will be a thing. Spaceflight tourism in my lifetime. I should be able to buy a flight around the moon. I should be able to buy, if not land on it. That's a bit of a stretch, but tourist flight around the moon. I don't know why SpaceX don't do that. I don't know why they don't have a moon-rated Dragon. It's a god. It just pisses me off. Pisses me off that SpaceX, where, you know, they're so focused on Mars, which is a fool's errand. You know, great, but, you know, like, shit. People will hand over money. They'll hand over their life savings for retirees to do a moonshot, to fly around the moon, to orbit the moon. It'll be the ultimate bucket list item. Ultimate bucket list. You have to beat people off with a stick It's the shut up and take my money meme, you know? Nope, nope, Kevin, will not. Sorry. I'm willing to bet money on it. No. Moon tourism, yes, moon tourism will be a thing. Space tourism will be a thing. They'll have, you know, private space stations you can go to. They'll have, you know, tourist flights around the moon, orbit the moon, stuff like that, and eventually land there. But no, Starship point to point won't be a thing. There's just not enough launch. There's, you know, they're not going to suddenly build a port off the coast of Sydney, right? People, when they fly to Australia, people want to come to Sydney or Melbourne. They're not going to build a spaceport off the coast of Sydney or Melbourne, so then you can take a ferry out. Yay, jump on the Sydney ferry. Jump on the Manly ferry. The Manly ferry does a, for those who know Sydney, the Manly ferry does a tour, does a detour to the, you can catch a shuttle ferry from Circular Quay out to the spaceport. It's not going to happen. It's bullshit. And then you've got the energy equivalence. There's a reason that they launch where they do.
All right, welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, you did miss some exciting stuff because Starship successfully deployed its second outer payload, 8 Starlink simulator satellites. And now we're expecting the relight of a single sea-level Raptor engine in space coming up here just after T plus 37
The
minutes.
tech doesn't matter. You don't get it, private citizen. The tech doesn't matter. You can have all the tech innovation you want. You can't solve the fact that nobody wants a bloody the economics of it.
So we should be just about a minute
And the fact that people are not going to tolerate having a sonic boom right next to Sydney. It's just not going to happen.
This will be the third time that we've tried this. We did it successfully back on Flight 10.
We got our engine display back.
First time back on Flight 6.
We're at 149 kilometers.
Orbit burn. This is demonstrating.
They're going to demonstrate relighting the Raptor in space. They did that last time, and they'll do it again. No, it's not spinning. The attitude display down here looks good.
Liquid oxygen, liquid
Sorry, it's
methane,
under the chat there. You can see it. Turn off the chat for a sec.
Container, which we can use for.
It is not rolling. It's not flipping.
Tap into those when we do
it's not doing anything. I think this is going to be 100% success. The only risk left is major risk left is the tiles, experimental tiles.
Out of orbit, send it back down to Earth. But in this instance, we're already on our way back down towards Earth.
We're ballistic,
so
Mav.
This is just going to demonstrate.
We don't have to do a deorbit burn. It's going to come back.
These engines on. We should be coming up in just about 20 seconds or so. Looking for
20 seconds.
Raptor
it's going to relight.
Turn back on. They've been off.
They're going to relight the space Raptors.
Successful ascent burn almost 30 minutes ago. Here we go.
Here we go. One. There's one. Oh, I saw a pivot there.
And shut down.
They're just doing the one engine because they don't want to flip it. They don't want to do anything. Yeah, it relights. They've nailed that twice in a row. That is the proof they need. They've now proven that twice in a row that they can relight those Raptors in space, which means they can go for an orbital insertion and then they can safely deorbit. So that is critical. That is critical.
We're going to take another break, and we'll be back for re-entry at about T plus 45 minutes. We'll see you soon.
According to ChatGPT, the Concorde was more fuel efficient per passenger than the 747. I'd probably believe. I wouldn't doubt that. That doesn't surprise me. Maybe. Flies at a higher altitude, it's more efficient, faster, less fuel burn time. It's a trade-off. Yeah. So that I've no reason to doubt that.
Starship is slim for entry.
Yet it still didn't survive, right? Why? Because you couldn't land the thing anywhere. You couldn't take off. You couldn't fly over certain regions. Just like the military jets, right? Just like the military jets, you can't just fly those anywhere and just go supersonic, Mav. Can't do it. You can't do it. You've got to have pre-approved flight corridors that are not near people's houses, because otherwise all the windows smash and everything else, you know, and people complain about the noise. So no, can't do it. It's, you know, that would be the end of your career. If you were a pilot, if you're a jet pilot, and you just went, let's go ballistic, Mav, and just over the city or whatever, you would never fly again. It's just, yeah, it's not going to happen. I kind of miss the 747. What a beast. I last took a 747 from Melbourne back to Sydney. They had to, I was caught in Melbourne, and we were in Melbourne, ready to get like a regular 737 or whatever back to Sydney, and then a big storm rolled in because, you know, Melbourne, and they went, all the flights are shut down. Oh, sorry, all of the flights are delayed. And then we got the announcement, we found a 747, we're going through the storm. And so, and that was our flight. So we got lucky, and they just, the big 747, they went, yep, found one, just happened to have one on some layover thing, and yep, we'll use it to go from Melbourne, because they don't usually use the 747 to go from Melbourne to Sydney. Unless it's like part of a hop, you know, a bigger flight. But yeah, that was just before they discontinued the 747. So, yep. Are you talking about me, Tease Up? You talking about me? We'll go watch somebody else. Yeah, pretty amazing, Concorde. Yeah, off the coast. They're not going to fly over the city doing a sonic boom. then they're not going to do it. Yeah, okay, it flew to Dallas and Mexico City for 1 year only due to complaints of sonic booms. Yep. Thank you, I will, Tog. Yeah, if supersonic flight was immensely profitable, people will be scrambling to deploy it. And yes, if they're more efficient, efficiency is everything in the airline industry. Fuel efficiency is your major cost. If it was, yeah, everyone would be doing it. Yet Concorde failed. Why? Because of the practicalities of having them near major cities. It's just, you know, and nobody wants to go into the, you know, nobody wants to drive 2 hours to a bloody airport in the middle of Whoop Whoop just to take the Concorde to, you know, no one wants to do that. So, doesn't work. Yeah, 747s, yeah, plenty of 747s still around. They're just cargo carriers now, yeah. I think there is one airline still flying 747s commercially, like one of the Asian airlines or something, but yeah. Oh, really? There was an episode. Displayed able to direct the sonic boom towards. Really? Okay, I haven't seen that one. That's interesting. My kids are currently obsessed with Mythbusters. They just have it on repeat. Yes, there are restrictions on supersonic flight, just like there are restrictions on subsonic flights as well. Everyone complains about airport. There's huge political debate where Sydney is about to open its second airport out in the western suburbs here, right? Which is going to take you, like, if you land out there, if you fly into Sydney thinking, oh, I'm flying into Sydney, great, get to Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, and you land out at the new Western Sydney airport at Badgerys Creek, you've got like an hour and a half to get back to the city.
All right,
It's
welcome
like, yeah.
back, everyone. The ship is currently re-entering Earth's
Whoa,
atmosphere.
there we go.
As a reminder,
Glowy.
we don't plan to recover the spacecraft today, but
Glowy,
rapid
glowy.
and reliable reusability is the
99
ultimate
kilometers. There we go. We're under the Kármán line.
Has already begun. You can see plasma starting to build on the windward side of the rocket there. And, you know, re-entry
Breaking
is
up.
a critical
Middle.
phase of flight, and we need information on how the ship systems perform.
Whoa, look at
Re-entry
that.
is also
Wow.
extremely demanding portion of flight because we need the ship to scrub off all of the energy we used to launch the rocket. So remember the 33 engines plus the 6 engines on ship that we used to get up into space.
Can
we
a
now
bit
are
laws
using
of physics,
aerobraking,
Captain.
essentially to scrub off all that energy. And of course, Starlink is a big part of this, giving us the views we have right now, and also letting us gather as much data as
I
possible.
still get the
which, again,
heebie-jeebies
is
thinking
really the
about
main
this
reason
thing
why we
landed
do
on the
these
moon. I
flights.
do like, is it
And the
Tim
view we have
Dodd?
right now is
Is
actually
it
a
Tim
really
Dodd
good
who came up
example,
with the
as we
plan to
mentioned
have
at the
like a
beginning of the
short
broadcast.
starship,
We
like a
have
little
some
stubby
tiles on
starship,
the
and
leeward
he's
side of the
I
flaps
think he's
here,
going to do a
and
video.
we
He
have
said
some
he's going to
different
do a video on it
mechanisms,
or something. I
some
really like the
stud
sound
out,
of it. It
basically,
sounds
to see
really
if these
good.
tiles will hang
Sounds like a
on.
great plan.
And you know, we can see already
Starship
here, it looks like the
HLS, human
most
landing
fun, but
system.
I think I see a
Don't
couple
like it.
there
Gives
that
me
are
the
no longer there.
heebie-jeebies.
So
I think it's going to come a
the
gutser.
thermal team is definitely going to be digging into that and taking that data to help us iterate on.
They're going to lose
V3.
to the Ruskies. Sorry,
So yeah,
to
Starlink
the
provides us with
China.
one more path to collect data and help us rapidly iterate Starship's design.
And if the ship does manage to make it all the way to re-entry, we'll collect valuable data on the spacecraft flying through the Earth's atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, or more than 5 times the speed
No
of
melting
sound.
this time. Well,
Re-entry
we're not
is
down to
typically
the
a portion
melty
of
bit
flight
yet.
where
Well,
we don't
we're
have
frozen.
communications with spacecraft because it's re-entering at or around
Still
orbital
getting
velocity,
telemetry, but
which
the
is
camera's
roughly 8
frozen.
kilometers per second or 5 miles per second. At those insanely high speeds, the spacecraft moving through the atmosphere.
Any
creates
bets
a
on how
plasma
far the
field
wing
around
flaps will
vehicle.
be before it lands?
Yeah,
Well,
that
they got
plasma
deliberately
distorts
tiles
communication
missing, so.
frequencies, so it's not
But it
uncommon to
performed.
experience
Even
brief
with all the
blackouts
tiles
in
missing and stuff,
communication.
it still made it. So
All right,
I
so
think
big
it's
picture here. Starship
I'm
is designed to land on Mars where there are no runways
85%
or other
confident
humans to
it's
help
going
out.
to land.
So that means
land,
we need to do a propulsive
and then crash on
landing
the ocean.
instead of a more traditional means like parachutes, which is
But
what
land,
our Dragon
it'll have the
spacecraft
control,
uses,
propulsive
or
landing.
a
We'll
runway
see
like
it.
the Space Shuttle.
We'll get photos from the
Propulsive
hopefully
landing
live
enables
image
more rapid
from the boys
reusability.
down there, and
Now, as the ship makes its way back to Earth, we should start hearing some call-outs when we hear entry max heating and entry max Q. That means the ship has made
Flaps
it through
have
the
control of the
maximum
vehicle.
heating
flaps have
and
control.
aerodynamic loads it will experience as it returns. So if it makes it through all of those, that's a pretty good sign that we're
What
doing
types
well.
of cargo would point-to-point be
Yeah, and we
useful
heard
for if
flaps
not
have control
people?
of the vehicle now.
Uncle Sam cargo.
Okay, there's
Uncle
a great
Sam
shot there.
cargo.
You're starting to see the plasma.
You know, they need some hardware in some war zone somewhere like that, and they don't care about the cost.
So we will hear a call out when the ship is transonic and then subsonic. Transonic refers to the period of flight where the velocities of airflows surrounding and flowing past the vehicle are concurrently below
1.4
and
million
above the speed of
viewers.
sound, somewhere in the range of Mach 0.8 to 1.2.
Wow.
All right, a lot of numbers coming up here, but for reference,
Although
commercial jets have a range of cruising
that
speeds,
number
but
keeps
most
going up, it
fly
doesn't go down.
around Mach 0.74 to Mach 0.85, which is 480 to 575 miles per hour, or 770 to 930 kilometers per hour. Right now, we're going a little over 26,000 kilometers per hour. So compare that to the airplane at 930. It's like pretty crazy.
Yeah,
how fast we're going
I
here.
haven't seen that video yet.
All right,
That's
and
one I
after
was
we hear the
talking
call
about
out that
before.
Starship
Yeah.
is transonic,
Yeah, I haven't seen
we
that
should
one.
hear the call out that
Gonna have to watch
Starship
it.
is subsonic. Subsonic, of course, refers to the speed that is much less
delivering
than the speed of
US aid
sound.
money to
So at that point, the
dictators.
ship's velocity will be starting to slow down, and we'll be looking a little bit more like some of our suborbital flights from, at this point, almost 5 years ago.
That's gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, so re-entry so far is looking pretty good. You can see that plasma field. Also, again, with those missing tile experiments, especially, we're putting the ship through a lot today, but things are looking pretty good so far.
Yeah,
wow.
we're looking good. I do want to remind people that we are pushing ship to the limits. We've done
they're deliberately pushing
tests.
it.
We did it back in
So I don't
10.
know why I'm putting
Every time we
85%
do it,
confidence
we throw
on it,
something
because
new and the ship
every
makes
time
it
they do
through.
it, it seems to
This
survive with
time,
half a flap missing.
We're really pushing it. We've removed these tiles in some
they're
of
doing
the
everything
spots
they
that
can to
see
make sure the mission fails, and it
heating.
doesn't.
And we remove tiles
It's
that
so
have
forgiving.
zero
It's
backup protection underneath.
I'm stunned
so
at
there's
how
essentially
forgiving it
just
actually
bare
is.
Steel.
It's incredible.
It's one of the heat of re-entry.
Something burn off there. Did you see it? That's
And
what the crowd went ooh for, I think.
Do not be surprised.
That was
if
like
this
one
is not a
tile.
very smooth flight on the way down. But again, this is
Dan's warning
intentional.
us.
We are trying to find what are the limits for a ship. How resilient are we to these different issues that could pop up? If we lose a tile,
there is
anywhere
nothing
in the
under my
vehicle,
head.
we
Sorry,
wanna
I'll
know
put.
what that ultimate
should I put my
impact is
head?
going to be. So we've got a couple missing. We had a bunch pulled over the primary fuel, the LOX tanks, everything. This one, we've got a tile missing right on top. So that's going to see some of the highest temperatures during this re-entry, and there's just bare steel right underneath it. So we're going to see if Starship's robust enough to pull through that. Also have some tiles missing
Might have been
around
a
the aft
CH4 vent
flaps,
burning?
specifically on the leading
Don't
edge.
know,
So
but
again, we're getting a really good look right at the leading edge.
There's
That's
no
getting
follow-on.
really intense heating. So again, gonna see if it can make it through. See if all the flaps hold on. See if Starship holds together.
She's going down, but slowly.
But definitely could be a bumpy ride, but this is why we're flying. This is why we're flying in this part of the world. This is why we're putting Starship through these flight tests to really understand what its limits are. So we can then move on to the next thing.
Remember the first one,
bringing ships back
little flap
to the
that
launch
could.
site for a catch. But
that was great.
For now, still
it was flapping in the breeze, and it still made it. It still freaking landed.
I think we got
it was
about
incredible.
15 minutes until splashdown.
15 minutes?
Yeah, Dan, it looks, you can see our speed.
15 minutes!
Our speed indicator in the bottom left there. It looks like we're starting to scrub off velocity a little bit quicker.
Ship is entering the peak heating phase of flight.
I wonder if the tiles on the leeward side of the control flaps is test adhesive methods. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure, that's one of the goals. The Dunny vent was left open, outgassing methane.
Looks like we can see some clouds down there as we pass through 70 kilometers altitude.
Yeah, the sun's starting to come up again.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, there we go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Oh, what was that? Look at all that. That's like burning metal, right?
Skirt is intact so far this time. If you watch Flight 10, you
that
saw
that
we
wasn't
entered
plasma.
with
That was something
a little
burning.
bit missing. That was ultimately traced to a little bit of buildup. We dumped prop on the way. We had a little bit of solid propellant buildup, and then
wow, look at that
either
shot.
static discharge or the plasma ignited.
That's
it took
incredible.
out a tiny bit of that skirt. Some
You
of the
see the
aft flaps,
clouds
but
below?
Starship again was able to
Wow.
fight through it, make it all
And
the
they
way
still
to
get
that
this
landing berth.
signal
We
uninterrupted
addressed
through
that,
Starlink.
changed some of our prop
It's
dump
incredible.
knobs, though, so
wow.
should not be seeing that this time around.
Look at that.
And as a reminder, we're, in addition to these missing tile
We have
tests, we're
never
doing kind of a
seen
unique
a test with full
flight
tiles.
on the way in.
It's
gonna
always
do what
been
we call a
experimental.
banking maneuver. So
They've
while
always
we're
had
still
missing
going
tiles, experimental
supersonic
tiles.
and even hypersonic, we're
Like
doing kind of
deliberately
banking
missing tiles
turn,
just to stress it.
and then
We
we'll
haven't
do
seen
the
Starship
aggressive
ever
turn
do
right as we
a
get into
re-entry
the
with
subsonic
full
and
tile
start doing our
payload.
belly flop, and that's designed to essentially be
I don't know
the
what frequency
approach
band
that we would
Starlink
do
is going on, but Dan mentioned before that it was a specific frequency that could, or a frequency and a power level good enough to get through the
fun
plasma.
fact, even though we're doing all this turning, we're essentially targeting the exact same spot in the Indian Ocean we went to last time.
Yeah, it's amazing how much they can determine out of these tests. There's a lot more info than what we see. They're gathering so much info. It takes them months to get through it. Well, break up. I was just mentioning how good Starlink was at getting through the plasma. Yeah, there's a different camera which works fine. Wow.
All right, just about 12 minutes to go.
Look at those clouds.
Still looking good.
She's really coming down slow.
That gives a pretty good view of those aft flaps where, again, on the leading edge, I think it might be on the one on the other side, we had some tiles removed with no backups behind it. So, again, we're really trying to stress some of the most sensitive areas around Starship, where basically if you lose a tile, it's the worst possible spot. And
so they're deliberately leaving out tiles in the worst possible spots.
That tells us quite a bit about just how resilient this vehicle is.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible that it basically is survived. Apart from when it's gone boom a couple of times because of some fault. But every time it's re-entered, it's made it, hasn't it?
And those are the engines that we're going to be
my memory
expecting to light.
Correct there? Starlink is in the 10.7 to 12.7 gig range, okay?
10 minutes once we get through re-entry. Yeah, there we go.
Mach 20.
Yeah, looking at E3, that's the one. It's the one we did the relight on. So it's 2 for 2 so far. We'll see if it can go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nuts. Ship 38.
All right, we can see that speed just continue to bleed off under 20,000 kilometers
I assume
an
that's
hour.
what it means. S38, ship 38. You can really get a great view of the pod bay door there.
Ship's still holding together.
That looks fine, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you
Nothing
look in the
seeping
bottom
through
right,
any of the
looks like
gaps.
we've made it all the way to the Indian Ocean. We're coming up kind of near Australia, the west side of Australia there. So pretty crazy. We're only 56 minutes in, and we've made it all the way, halfway around the world.
Yes, but that turns into, even if Starship point to point was possible, that 1 hour, that magic 1 hour flight turns into 4 or 5 hours, which is still better than thing, but it's not going to be profitable.
It's actually a good demonstration of a future capability we hope to have on Starship, where we will do point-to-point transport on Earth. So essentially travel anywhere in the world in about an hour or so.
No, not for passengers.
It'd be pretty crazy. Imagine going from New York to Sydney in 1 hour.
You can't, because you won't be able to do it. It's not going to happen. It's bullshit. Doesn't mean it's not possible. You can do it. but it's not going to be practical. It's not going to be economical. And they won't build a spaceport for a few thousand people who use the service.
So this camera
it's not going to happen.
We see some of the heat picking up a little bit.
Whoa.
And this camera is embedded right in the end of one of those forward flaps, so you see it moving around. That's the flap adjusting to maintain
control.
Look at those
clouds. It's
incredible. It's like we're getting into our bank maneuver.
Amazing.
Now power sliding through the atmosphere.
External temperatures are coming down.
They're not going to build all that infrastructure for the 0.001%. It's still not economical to do. It's not going to happen.
Vehicle is now at maximum dynamic pressure.
Ooh, Ernie Bernie. This down here is like
right, that was
red
basically
hot.
our reverse max Q.
Oh!
So most aerodynamic stress that it's going to see during reentry, we just
Those
passed
clouds are
through it,
stunning.
so we're past that. We're past peak heating. Ship's still holding together.
Wow.
So we're currently in this bank maneuver. We're going to see it kind of roll over and do a pretty
they're near vertical
shift as we get down closer to the subsonic speeds.
I think she's going to make it. We would have seen more damage by now.
Is all in part of us to learn about the guidance, navigation, and control. For
I think if anything bad was going to happen, it would have been
in the near future. We're hoping
destruction would have happened
back
by
to
now.
The same pad we just took off on 59 minutes ago, and we've got to do some of these pretty dynamic bankings to make that.
1.7 Gs. Has that always been there? I missed it.
All right, the light show kind of calming down as we're starting to move into the lower parts of the atmosphere. We should hit transonic, so hitting that transition between moving faster than the speed of sound and below the speed of sound in just about 3.5 minutes.
I think we're through the worst of it.
Landing burn should happen right around an hour and 6 minutes after launch, so we should be just about 6 minutes away from that. You can see lots of daylight. Everybody cross your fingers, see if our range team is able to get out there and provide any surprise views as Starship makes its way down.
Okay, so hopefully they'll switch to it. Yes!
Oh, it's like they
Yes! Yes! All right, I'm getting my head out of the way.
Ready and waiting, let's go.
Dan, you just spoke that view into existence there.
Yes, the thing that Concorde, it could land at existing airports. This can't.
By Starlink.
Maneuver has started.
All right, there we go.
Engine displays back.
So we're now starting into our really heavy bank maneuver. Again, this does almost like a half
still be the heaty there.
Loop,
Look at that.
to our actual trajectory. We're heading to the same exact splashdown point, but we're kind of doing a more roundabout way to get there, where it's this kind of big, long half-moon loop and then a really aggressive
We're
right
nowhere near it yet. I'll move my head if I need to.
Line us up with the launch tower. Starship on a return to launch
so
site.
They got a drone.
Fly over the tower,
they've got a camera on the buoy, which we haven't seen yet.
And then come down for
they've
catching the arms.
And they've got a drone as well. Or is that on the ship? Is that the like they put on a big mast on the?
How about that S38 decal there, staying strong on that view we just had?
Good to see the numbers back on.
Yeah.
All right, should be hitting transonic in about 2.5 minutes. Landing flip coming up in about 4. Pretty clouds there in the Indian Ocean today.
Look
at
that tiles.
We changed our launch
you just
times.
see they're all perfectly intact.
We get these daytime views.
Perfect.
Down in the Indian Ocean. One of the things we're really looking
Amazing.
for, the reason we have the drone, other than that looks really cool, is we're able to kind of see
he said it's
the
just
ship.
drone.
We can only see so much from these cameras. You can't see like the vast majority of the heat shield. So we throw these buoys out there.
Yes, they want to be able to.
Got,
there we go.
There's
spoken again, Dan. There it is.
They're playing with me in the control room. All right. But we have these buoys out there. We have these drones that we're trying to see externally how the heat shield held up. Everybody saw from flight
and they've got to keep it like it's just a kiddie floating pool, and they've got to keep it oriented the right way.
Metallic tiles that we had tested, kind of oxidizing really rapidly in that plasma, and then spreading those little oxide particles.
Probably needed to tilt it up a bit.
No metal tiles
because we're losing half the image for water. Because it isn't going to land too close. It's not going to land super close to it.
Hope nobody gets seasick. All right, coming up on transonic shortly.
22 Ks. Oh no! Don't lose the feed. No! No! Feed's breaking. Oh no! No, they switched it.
That's where we have a lot of flight history.
Starship is transonic, starting the belly flop phase of flight.
Belly flop.
Yep, the belly flop phase that we perfected in the suborbital campaigns. We're entering that now.
Amazing. Oh, flapping in the breeze. Literally flapping in the breeze. Down here.
Right, starting to get those Raptors ready. Should
What
be
is
2
that?
minutes away from
And
landing
flapping
burn.
in the
Again, we're gonna
breeze here as
do
well.
a flip.
That's hilarious.
After we ignite those engines, we'll go from
That's a
3
nothing
down
burger,
to
though.
2 for the final phase of the landing burn and look for another soft splashdown. Hopefully by our buoy drone, which
You
are
didn't get much
hanging
sleep
out,
last night, apparently.
ready and waiting for a ship.
Wow. The reason it's moving like that is because the flap is moving. The camera's on the flap. Wow. Whoa, something just flew off. Wasn't a tile though. I think it's they've got like these like patch thing, like
Seeing all 3 center engines.
some sort
have
of patch
entered the
things or
chill
something.
phase.
These are not the heat tiles. Seven kilometers. You can still see the engine display, so I'll leave the chat on. more
All right,
flapping
less
in the
than a
breeze.
minute to go.
It's incredible. It's going to make it.
The ship is making its turn for final approach.
5 kilometers.
And here's this kind of aggressive final
Down to
turn
400 kilometers an
that
hour.
would
Come on.
essentially position it so
Oh,
it's right
here we go.
behind the
Beautiful.
launching catch tower.
Beautiful. Are we going to switch back to the drone shot? It's doing some sort of venting at the back
Flaps
there.
holding strong. Landing burn in just under 20 seconds.
20 seconds for the landing burn. Come on. You can do it. It's bloody impressive. They're deliberately stressing. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ship landing startup.
Yes. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on.
There's our landing burn.
Yep. 2 engines lit. 2. Is that deliberate? It can
3 down
land
to
with
2.
2.
Starship
It
is
can land
landing.
with 2. Oh, he just no, didn't get a good view. Didn't get a good view. Oh, yep. Oh, I can just see it fall. Oh, they just need to pan a bit that way. It blew up, of course. What went flying
As we
off?
said, we're not planning on recovering the ship today. Hey, welcome back.
What
to
went
Earth
flying
Starship.
off and spinning?
We are down in the Indian Ocean.
They're happy.
Let them hear at Starbase. What a day.
Wow.
What a flight.
Oh,
They're happy.
all right. Welcome back to Earth ship.
Dan again.
What a
Sorry, I'm moving my
day.
head.
A whole lot more to go through.
Well done.
As
There
you
you
just
go.
saw, everybody here at Starbase
My
pretty
prediction was
hyped.
correct.
Hey, Tyler, out
Confidence
on
was
Hawthorne, how's
high.
everybody holding up?
Even they deliberately stress it.
Thank you,
Incredible.
Dan. We had a
That's
fantastic
2
time
flights,
watching.
2 complete
It was
flights
another
now,
exciting Starship flight
end
test in
to
the
end,
books, and we hope that you enjoyed
with
those
no
Starlink
issues.
views too. So congratulations to the team at Starbase and everyone here
They
and around the company.
relit the
So many employees
Raptor, the
contribute to
vacuum
the Starship program as we
Raptor,
continue to iterate
so
and
they're
make
good to
progress
orbital
towards a
insertion now.
multiplanetary future. So
So
that
unless
wraps it
the
up
only
with us
reason
here
they
in
won't do
Hawthorne.
the next
Thank
one,
you for tuning in, and back to you guys.
these guys didn't do much.
What an incredible launch today.
It was Dan doing the
Oh my
commentary.
God. Successful liftoff. Booster completed its objective, successfully splashed down over in the Gulf.
So yes,
obviously we
they
saw
will-
another amazing Starlink deploy as well from ship.
Yeah, we made it through that re-entry, testing all the different experience. We had missing tiles, gave us quite the light show. We had that Raptor relight 3 for 3. That was ahead of re-entry, of course.
Thanks for
and
showing
then
the
that
shirt.
awesome splashdown that we just saw, including that dynamic banking maneuver to simulate RTLS when we returned to the launch site. So yeah, we promised maximum excitement, and Starship delivered.
Definitely.
Congrats to all our teammates at
Thank
SpaceX
you
and to
very much.
everyone who's supporting the Starship program. And thank you to all our future customers for your support.
We'd also like to thank the fine people of Cameron County, including the residents of its newest city, Starbase, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration,
and yes,
the
so they're
of
good to
Mexico,
go
and the Australian
for
Space
orbit.
Agency.
They're good to go for orbit now. They've tested it twice. That they can relight the Raptor engines. That was the key to
on today's broadcast.
Do you even
to
get him permission? I guess to go to orbit.
Just like this,
Do
head
they
over
even
to
need it?
SpaceX.com
But yeah, they just didn't want to.
for
They
the
didn't
most
want to risk it.
up-to-date information.
But they've proven that now.
All right, I will take us out. Hey, congrats, Jake and Amanda. You guys did amazing. Great job. All right, today.
Why didn't they hover with the rocket longer till the fuel is
Shout-outs
empty? Then they would not have an
person
explosion.
who
Well, you
made
don't have an
this look
explosion
easy.
either way.
Thank you to
Once the fuel
everybody
runs out,
tuning in.
plonk.
We're going to see you back here for
So,
the very
you know.
first flight.
Oh,
of our
if there's no
next
fuel left,
generation
it's hard to
Starship.
blow up. It
So,
doesn't.
We'll see you then.
I don't know.
Good night.
Because they wanted to prove that it could pinpoint land again, I guess. Thank you, Dan. Switch away from Dan. Bye. There you go. Thanks, Dan. We like Dan. Dan's good. I hope they're paying Dan enough. Is it going to become an artificial reef? Don't know. Didn't they recover the last one? They got some of it back or something? Me and Dan should get a room. I like Dan. Dan's cool. Anyway, yeah, so that's Starship. Yeah, the point-to-point. Not point-to-point. The orbital insertion thing. Yes, they will go for orbital insertion, maybe, next time. But as I said, it'll be the new Block 3 Starship. So, I don't know, maybe they'll do one more of these as a safe measure to test Block 3, and then they'll go orbital. So, I don't know. I don't think we know yet. But anyway, very cool, huh? They did it. Well, yeah, that's great. They can deploy Starlinks. Great. Okay, I want to see it do other things. I want to see it get to the moon, which I have great doubts over. You know, the refueling 10 times before it can do one lunar trip. That's just stupid. It's stupid. Why are they doing that? Why? Yeah, for long term, but, you know, got to beat China. Trust me, there's shit's going to hit the fan if China beat America to the moon again. Yep. Yep. Yeah, as I said, I like the idea of the little stubby Starship to do it. And, you know, they should have a lunar dragon. Why? Why they don't have a lunar dragon capsule, I've got no idea. They should. Anyway, I heard they just scrapped it. Like, they did have like a lunar variant, maybe, but they just scrap it or something? Stupid. I don't get it. Anyway, very cool, huh? All right, I better go do something productive rather than stream SpaceX videos all day. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Catch you next time.